Title: My girlfriend was sneaking off to swinger parties with another guy posing as her husband, so I told her parents. Hey Reddit, this one's a roller coaster. I, 29M, dated my girlfriend Emily, 27NF, for 3.5 years. For the most part, I thought we had a great relationship. We lived together, split rent and bills, cooked for each other, and even started talking about marriage in a vague, someday soon kind of way. Genuinely believed she was the one. In the most insane, messed up way possible. Emily's job often had her traveling on weekends. She works in corporate training, so she'd do these regional workshops, usually 2 or 3 weekends a month. It was annoying, but I never questioned it much because she always came back with receipts, hotel swag, branded notebooks, etc. Plus, she'd FaceTime me from the hotel sometimes. The whole thing seemed airtight. Spoiler, it wasn't. It started unraveling about 6 months ago. I was grabbing a drink with a buddy of mine at a low-key bar about 45 minutes outside of our city. His girlfriend had just broken up with him, and I was playing wingman. While I was sitting there sipping my beer, this guy comes up to me, stares for a second, then asks, "Hey, are you and Marissa still in the scene?" I kind of blinked. "I think you've got the wrong guy." He laughed. "No, you're the guy who used to come with Marissa, the brunette with the peacock tattoo on her back." That's when I froze. Emily has a peacock feather tattoo running down her shoulder blade. I've kissed it 100 times. My stomach sank. I played it cool and said, "What kind of scene?" He smirked. "The club, the Pine Hollow parties. I haven't seen you two in a while. Thought maybe you left the lifestyle." Now I had no idea what Pine Hollow was at that point. I told the guy again. He must have confused me with someone else, and he walked off, clearly embarrassed. But I wasn't embarrassed. I was rattled. Hard. That night, I couldn't sleep. I waited until Emily was asleep and went digging. I know snooping's a gray area, but something in my gut was screaming. I checked her photo gallery. Nothing weird. But when I dug through her deleted photos, that's when I saw it. There was a photo of her in a silk mask, holding hands with a man I'd never seen before, at what looked like some kind of party. She was wearing lingerie and heels. The guy had his arm around her waist. I restored the photo, screenshotted it, then dove deeper. It turns out Pine Hollow is a known swinger community just outside our city. Private property, members only, very discreet. You need to apply and you can only enter as a couple. I scoured her emails and eventually found a burner Gmail she hadn't logged out of. That's when the truth hit like a freight train. Emily and a guy named Jake Rivers had been attending these parties for over a year. They posed as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Rivers. In her email, there were messages to and from Pine Hollow confirming their RSVP for various weekend retreats, all dated when she'd told me she was traveling for work. There were also messages between her and Jake. It was disgusting. Not just sexually explicit, but emotional. They talked about how good they were together, how convincing they were as a couple, how they couldn't wait for the next escape. I felt physically ill. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't. I needed time to process. Instead, I started gathering everything: screenshots, emails, event RSVPs, even a few clips she'd stupidly saved in her email drive. I backed it all up to a USB. Then I made the choice that started everything. I went to her parents. Emily grew up in a strict household, Catholic, traditional, very big on family values. Her dad's a retired police officer, and her mom teaches at a local Christian elementary school. They loved me, always told me I was the kind of man they prayed their daughter would marry. So I invited them over one Sunday while Emily was out of town. I told them it was urgent. When they arrived, I played the video first, one where she and Jake are walking into Pine Hollow holding hands. Then I showed them the emails, the fake names, the RSVP confirmations. Her dad was silent for the first 10 minutes. Then he just stood up, walked outside, and paced in the yard. Her mom cried. I didn't say much. I let the evidence speak. They were devastated, and they had no idea. Emily had told them her job was keeping her busy, but she always made time for Sunday dinners, called her mom every few days. She played the good daughter flawlessly. They thanked me for telling them. I said I wasn't sure what to do yet, but I felt they deserved to know. Her mom hugged me and told me, "Whatever happens next, we love you like a son." Fast forward to when Emily got home. I confronted her in our apartment. I didn't yell, I just showed her the screenshots. the emails, the RSVP to an event the week before. She denied it at first, then cried, then got angry, angrier than I expected. "You had no right to go through my stuff," she screamed. "No," I said. "I had every right. You were living a double life." That's when she tried to spin it, claimed it was just role play, a fantasy, and that Jake was just a character. I asked her how many characters she needed to fake marry to get off. Eventually, she broke down, admitted it had started as an experiment, but she and Jake had gotten close, said it made her feel free and alive in ways she didn't feel with me. That part hurt more than anything. I told her to pack a bag and leave. She begged, said she'd go to therapy, said we could fix it. Then I hit her with the final blow. "I already told your parents." Her face drained of all color. What what did they say?" I shrugged. "They saw the videos, the emails. They said they need time to process." That was 2 months ago. Since then, her parents have disowned her. Her mom blocked her number. Her dad reportedly told her, "You're not the daughter I raised." But here's the real kicker. The swingers kicked her out too. Apparently, once the Pine Hollow community found out she was lying about her relationship with Jake, they banned them both. The whole point of the club was transparency and honesty between couples. Pretending to be married when you're not? Massive violation. She broke the community's trust. Jake tried to plead their case, but they got blacklisted. Last I heard, Jake ghosted her shortly after. Emily messaged me a few weeks ago, just one long, rambling wall of text about how she lost everything. Her family, her friends, her job. Yeah, turns out she used company funds to pay for a couple trips. And now even the guy she thought would be her escape. I didn't reply. I didn't block her either. I want her to see me living my best life. And I am. I moved to a new apartment, got a dog, been working out more, seeing friends I neglected when I was wrapped up in her drama. There's even someone new, early days, but she's kind, honest, and genuinely wants the simple things. So yeah, Reddit. That's how my ex-girlfriend ruined her life trying to live a fake one. And all it took was one random guy at a bar recognizing her tattoo. Funny how life works. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd really like to hear them. See you next time.